and I used to go to her salon to get my hair done, and she was like, well, her hair needs to be relaxed once a week. So
What?
my hair was being relaxed, because like the relaxer, even if you relax my hair, it doesn't look like a relaxer. She said in order for it to look like a relaxer, my hair had to be relaxed once a week for like X amount of weeks.
Wow.
And they did that. They relaxed my hair for like 5 weeks straight,
Mm-hmm.
once a week. And somehow my hair was still thick. And one time she was combing my hair and her comb broke. And she was so upset, and she was just like making nasty comments. And here I am, like a teenager,
Yes.
and she made me feel like a piece of crap. Like,
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get real answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. My name is Aquia Robinson, and I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator, and the creator of Friends in Beauty. I created Friends in Beauty to support like-minded creatives, just like you, on their quest to connect, network, and build genuine relationships within the beauty community. Join me every week as me and my special guests reveal the keys to success and longevity in the beauty industry, and most importantly, have fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. If you are a friend in beauty, I welcome you to join the Friends in Beauty Facebook community. If you're looking for a community of like-minded, ambitious friends in beauty to virtually connect with, network, and share resources, then click the link down below in the show description to join us in the Facebook community, and I'll be there to welcome you with open arms. Also, let's get social. Follow Friends in Beauty on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty. Additionally, the Friends in Beauty podcast is available on several platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google, YouTube, you name it, we are there. And whatever platform you are listening from right now, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the Friends in Beauty podcast. I appreciate it more than you know. And I would love it even further if you took the time to leave a 5-star rating, a review, a like, a comment, a share, a subscribe, or something to let me know how you feel about the Friends in Beauty podcast. Additionally, Friends in Beauty is now on Patreon. So for as little as $3 a month, you can support the Friends in Beauty podcast. And there are also several tiers available that unlock Patreon exclusive content just for you, like behind the scene content of the Friends in Beauty podcast, bonus interview clips, a monthly Ask Me Anything, discounts, and so much more. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'll leave the link down below in the show description for that as well. Also, if you'd like to stay connected even further, join the Friends in Beauty mailing list tribe. They are the first to know about all things Friends in Beauty, and I send out different resources and tips throughout the week. So if that's something that you're interested in, join us over there. And last but not least, listen up. The most important thing is to share the Friends in Beauty podcast with your other friends in beauty, your family, your friends, anybody that you think could benefit from the information that is being shared. Share away to help me grow the Friends in Beauty community. Now, on this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast, I welcome Johanne Joseph, the CEO of J Organic Solutions, to the Friends in Beauty guest chair. Joanne has spent the past few decades flourishing in the beauty industry as a hair care brand entrepreneur, but it was her early life, filled with trauma and tremendous low self-esteem, that transformed her personal self-image and her desire to make an impact in the industry. Born in Haiti, and like most families, there was a high expectation for Joanne to become a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. But it was her painful personal experience during her teenage years that shaped who she would become. Joanne recalls her hair being a, quote, problem that no one wanted to deal with. She recalls the very existence of her kinky natural hair, causing her to experience significant feelings of inadequacy and emotional trauma. Later in life, Joanne immigrated to the United States and took matters into her own hands. At the age of 16, she realized she simply could not allow people to continue to abuse her hair. She turned her passion into a successful career as a master beautician and in 2016 launched her all-natural brand, J Organic Solutions, with ingredients that ensure coily hair gets the love it deserves. She is also the only black woman to own a beauty manufacturing facility in Florida, where she employs 6 people to run the manufacturing of 36 products. It's giving boss, okay? I had such a great time chatting with Joanne and learning the history behind J Organic Solutions. In this interview, Joanne shares her first introduction to entrepreneurship. Wait until you hear this story. The traumatizing experiences that she had as a child with people trying to manage her natural hair, how she developed J Organic Solutions from scratch, how she expanded her warehouse to keep up with the demand of the products, how she deals with strangers wanting to touch her thick, beautiful natural hair, the importance of being mentally tough in business, dealing with depression as an entrepreneur, what's next for the brand, and so much more. I'm so happy that Joanne shared her story so openly with us on the Friends in Beauty podcast. I know that is one that many people can relate to, and Joanne has created a solution to it. Let's go ahead and jump into this chat with Joanne, and if you prefer to watch our beautiful faces, then tune in on YouTube. Enjoy. Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, Joanne.
Hey y'all, how are you? Excited to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited. And I love the background that you're giving. If you're not tuned in on YouTube, you have to see Joanne's background. I love it so much. So before we jump into the interview, I want to start off with some icebreakers just to get us warmed up. And so the Friends in Beauty audience can get to know you outside of beauty a little bit. So first one, just give us 3 random facts about you.
I was a hairstylist for about 15 years. I'm a mother of 2,
Okay.
and I am from Haiti.
Okay. Ça passe.
My booty.
Okay. Do you have any pet peeves? Is it anything that just like ticks you off that you just cannot stand when people do?
Um, like a judgmental person, like I'm so much better. I can do so much better. Like, you know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
super self-righteous, kind of like,
I feel you. I totally
always
feel you on
pointing
that.
out other people's flaws. And I just hate a person like that. Like the quickest way to piss me off is to do that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I feel you. So I have these things called pod decks, and the green deck is a what the heck, and the red one is a would you rather that has like random questions in there. Which one do you want?
Let's do the green.
A lot of people always choose the green. I think it's like a
It looks safer.
yeah. Let's see what it says. Oh, okay, this is different. What would be the absolute worst name you can give your child?
Ah, the worst name, Tyrone.
You better call Tyrone.
Okay.
That is so funny, Tyrone. Shout out to all the Tyrones out there.
No offense. No offense.
I love that. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
um, Decorating and cooking.
Ooh, okay. What's your go-to dish that people just they just tear it up every time you make it?
Legume, which is a Haitian, I would say it's our Haitian national dish. Usually people say it's rice and beans, but I don't think it is. I think legume is something nobody else really have that we have. And it's like a vegetable medley. And most American who has had that before, they would tell you like if you ask them what they like the most, they
Mm-hmm.
would legume.
Okay. I have a friend from Haiti, and I'm still waiting to get some Haitian food. Still didn't get any Haitian food yet, so I'm
You
waiting to
have
try
had
it.
tried at all? Like no Haitian food?
No
Oh,
Haitian food. My
girl.
family's from Jamaica, so I
Uh,
had Jamaican food, but no Haitian
so
food.
cousins. So our food is a little similar.
Okay.
Like Jamaican food is the most similar I've found, and Cuban and Jamaican food is the closest to Haitian food.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I know what to expect a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had a job like that was like the worst job ever?
Um, I haven't really had a lot of jobs. Like I've worked as a teenager. Like I worked at McDonald's,
Mhm.
and I've worked at Walmart distribution center. Um, and I don't know, I loved my jobs. I was a manager at
Okay.
McDonald's. I didn't really do much, besides managing and like trying
Uh-huh.
to learn, like, which is, when I got into business, I understood like a lot of things
Mhm.
because of that job. So I haven't really had a job I didn't like, because I've been self-employed for so long. Like I've owned a salon for like 10 years. And
Yeah.
before that, I was, so young, and, I
Mhm.
didn't really have a lot of jobs.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. So if you weren't the CEO of J Organics, what else could you see yourself doing?
um, I wanted to be in fashion. Before that, I had like my portfolio where I have like dresses. I used to make like dresses for dolls. Um, so yeah, like something in fashion and beauty for sure.
Okay, okay, I like that. I used to sketch back in the day. I don't even know where I got that from, but I used to sketch, and my mom would like make little outfits for our doll babies and stuff.
Yeah.
So cute. Yeah. So, what was your first introduction to entrepreneurship?
Um, my first introduction was when I was like a teenager. I used to sell cookies out of my mom's, well, out of our window. We
Okay.
wasn't allowed to go outside. So, and I was only like 14, and I couldn't find at that time. You had to be like 15 to work or something like that. So I couldn't work yet. So I needed money. So I
Okay.
started making cookies, wasting my mom's ingredients. So every time when she go to work, I would like make some cookies real quick and then sell them real quick and then clean up everything. And then when she comes home and act like nothing happened.
Oh my gosh.
So she's looking for her flour and her ingredients, and she's like, what the heck is every time? I'm like, nobody's saying nothing.
I love that. How long were you able to get away with that?
Girl, for like a whole 6 months, and I was able to like save my money and buy clothes for back to school and everything. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. I'm sure she appreciated it after a while.
Yeah. And from then on, like I had many websites. I had a website where I used to sell electronics. I used to sell like flat irons and like clothes, and
Uh-huh.
like I was doing like ecom before ecom was a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How'd you get into do it all? You just curious and just wanted to make some
Just
money?
curious, just just always looking for something to do.
Okay. You sound like you was tech savvy as a child.
Yeah, well, I wasn't a child at that time. Like I was probably like 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just, the internet wasn't, nobody really like eBay. Like if I had kept up with all these things, I would be up there, because, eBay wasn't a thing. Like nobody really paid attention to eBay. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of people that was on eBay that was making a lot of money.
That is so true.
But I just didn't keep up with it, and I just let my account go. I went back to my eBay account, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've had this account since I was like 21. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I used to be obsessed with eBay. I was just telling somebody that the other day. I used to be on there bidding on things and winning, and it just kind of got addictive.
Yeah, yeah.
So when
That
did you move here? Oh,
um
sorry.
Oh yeah.
When did you move here from Haiti?
I was about four, well, 13 going on 14. Like a month shy from my 14th birthday.
Okay. How was that transition for you?
It was tough. It was really tough. Like I was not fitting in. I wasn't fitting in, and it was just I did not like it. I wanted to go home. I just spent a lot of time just crying. I mean, like for like a long time, for years,
Yeah.
and I was just, it was tough.
Yeah. Did you have to learn English when you came here?
I know a little bit of English, but yeah, I pretty much had to learn it because I didn't know enough to help myself.
Wow, wow. Okay, okay. So growing up in Haiti, I'm just curious, like what is the image that is like painted as far as like the standard of beauty? Like what is like the epitome of beauty in Haiti? Because I know you all are like very diverse in the way that you look.
Yeah. The standard of you know, and well now the standard of beauty have like kind of shifted in Haiti. They like because people on Facebook and there's a lot of TV channels like BET. Like when I was growing up, I we didn't have no BET, and so it's very Americanized now. But back then, didn't like no skinny girls.
Yeah.
And a gap, if you have a gap, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Haiti back then. They like long hair and the more European you look, the more, because it's not something they see all the time because
Hmm.
it's mostly Black people, so it's like fascinating. But as far as like the standard of beauty is like big old butts, and they don't like big boobs. Like if you have big boobs, it's not it you actually get made fun of.
What?
Yes, like I started developing like really young, and it looked like I was gonna have huge boobs,
Hmm.
and they started doing rituals to like make my boobs stop growing, and
Wow.
it was a huge thing. Like you cannot have big boobs.
Are you good now? Are you mad at those rituals? Or you like
uh,
that?
I'm mad at them. Like, listen, my boobs could have been popping.
That did you grow up with all of that beautiful hair?
It was, well, back then it wasn't really considered to be like, people were fascinated with my hair, but
Mm,
at the same time, nobody wanted to deal with my hair.
mm,
So it was people that they didn't know like they had to like stretch, because I have like really, really coily, that like that dense type of 4C hair,
yeah.
and nobody wanted to deal with it. Like
Well,
even they like, yeah, we don't wanna. I don't think we're gonna be able to do her hair.
they
So
didn't try to like perm it or process it or anything.
they did. My first time getting my hair processed was when I was sent to the countryside of Haiti to live with, I guess, family members, because my dad had passed away, and so they had to like take me somewhere else, and for me to get taken care of. When I got there, they didn't know what to do with my hair, so they put a somebody was putting a what the Jerry curl on their hair.
Okay.
They literally took the Jerry curl out of her hair and put it on my hair,
Uh-huh.
and my hair kind of fell out, and they had to like shave the rest off.
Mm,
It was a mess. I had a lot of hair, scary, traumatizing hair experiences,
yeah.
which is kind of like what um draws me to the beauty and to the beauty industry, to like the hair industry, because I didn't want nobody messing with my hair. Till now,
Hmm.
it is so hard for me to have somebody, even when I had the salon, like sometimes when I don't have time, like the stylist would be like, well, we can do your hair, it's fine. Like we can do you a sewing. Like it takes so much out of me to let somebody like mess with my hair.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you.
Yep. So I was like, I'm doing my own hair, and that's how I learned. And here I am.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you go about learning how to do your own hair at that time?
I Shoot, I was just, for a long time, like I started actually doing my hair when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved here, that's when I officially started doing my own hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just couldn't. Like I used to go to a lady, she owned a salon, and I used to go to her salon to get my hair done. And she was like, well, her hair needs to be relaxed once a week. So
What?
my hair was being relaxed because like the relaxer, even if you relax my hair, it doesn't look like a relaxer. She said in order for it to look like a relaxer, my hair had to be relaxed once a week for like X amount of weeks.
Wow.
And they did that. They relaxed my hair for like 5 weeks straight,
Mm-hmm.
once a week. And somehow my hair was still thick. And one time she was combing my hair and her comb broke. And she was so upset and she was just like making nasty comments. And here I am, like a teenager,
Yeah.
and she made me feel like a piece of crap. Like, I never forget this experience. Like, till this day, it's like so vivid in my mind. Like, she was just like cursing, like, I can't believe this. Like, this is ridiculous.
Wow.
Like, they need to do something about her hair and this and that. Like, this is, and I was just like, I'm holding my tears. Like,
Yeah, that, I can imagine, especially at that age, those are those kind of experiences definitely stay with you. Is that
mhm.
something that like inspired you to like go into cosmetology?
Not yet. From then, I was just braiding my hair, doing different things with my hair. I was doing my own hair when I stopped going to her. And then in school, everybody's like, oh, because I used to like dedicate like a whole month to a color. Like
Okay.
I would wear pink belts and like pink shirt, like different pink shirts and different pink belts, pink shoes.
Okay.
Like I would just like wear pink for the whole month. And my hair would have pink streaks and I would have braids because that's the cheapest thing you could do to your hair. And people was like, oh, who do your hair? And this and that. So I always asked me who does my hair. And so I started doing some of the kids' hair sometimes because my parents was very, very like I wasn't even allowed to go outside, so that's how strict they were.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing some kids hair if I was allowed, and I started liking it. And my little sisters, I started doing, they was like my baby dolls. Like I would do their hair, undo it, and do it again, and undo and undo
Yeah.
it and do it again. Them little girls, poor little things. So I pretty much used them as like baby dolls, and I was just so fascinated with it, and I just love it. Even now, like I'm watching people's hair on TV, like people
Mhm.
combing somebody's hair, and I want to go and touch it. Like it does something to me.
Yeah, I love that. So, so you did go to cosmetology school eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, so what draws me to go to cosmetology school is when I did my brother's hair one time. I was like about 16 at that time, and he went to get his hair cut at a barbershop. And that was like my first time like doing the designer braids. Remember the designer braids back then? Like, like the
Mhm.
rappers used to wear.
Allen Iverson and all of them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I got a call from the barbershop and they was like, would you like to come and work for us? We love what you did to your brother. I'm like, really? Me? And they're like, yes, we would love to have you. And they helped me get my braiding license. And from then, I just worked there for a while. Um, and then I was like, you know what? I think even then, like, I didn't really, just because like my parents, they wanted me to be like in the medical field. And
Mhm.
when I really started thinking about getting my cosmetology license is really when after I graduated, I went to my orientation to go to school for nursing. And I was just like, and like, I was I was sweating and like my mouth, like I couldn't speak because I had like my mouth keep watering. Like
Yeah.
I just like I didn't like it. And I was just like, I didn't come back. And 6 months later, I just went ahead because in the Haitian community, it looked down upon to be like a hairstylist, and they
Mm-hmm.
did not agree with that at all. So I'm like, I just really, really know I wanted a salon. Like, even when I was like in the barbershop, like as a teenager, I would tell people like, I want my own salon chain. And I was telling him all these ideas I have. And they like, girl, how old are you again? And,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just went ahead and went to cosmetology school. And
What did
like,
your parents say? Like, what did they
they,
do?
they, they didn't, they
They
didn't
kick you out or anything?
they didn't kick me out, but they didn't approve. Actually, it wasn't until because I got married pretty young. I got married at 21. So at 20, I moved out and went to live with my sister. And, that's where I actually continue to go to school,
Got you.
um, to cosmetology school. And a year later, I got married. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that
mhm.
worked out.
Yep.
So what are some of like your highlights or like a snapshot of your career with the salon and everything, and then leading up to launching Organics?
Um, it's always a highlight in the salon. Like it was lit. Like I'm an introvert. I don't even know if I should call myself an introvert. Like people always tell me I'm an introvert, but I do have the desire to like have friends. Like, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? I just can't take too much. Like I don't have many friends because I just can't do the drama. But I love people. I just love, particular women. Like I just love hearing their stories and
Mhm.
um talking to them. And the salon gave me that, you know,
Yeah.
and it was just great. I became like people's therapy. They
Mhm.
would come and then like I would have to give them advice. Sometimes it's like, oh Lord, I think you're sharing a little too much. I don't say nothing. And it was, and the women, they just love me. And outside of the salon, I don't really, because I'm always like working, thinking about my next move, like always
Mhm.
doing something. Like I didn't really give myself time to like hang out and do this and do that. And that's what I got in the salon
Mhm.
while I'm doing what I love. And, you know, those women, they consider me their friend. And till this day, like they are so dear to my heart. And that's what I got from the salon. So it was always lit, really.
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of besties.
Yeah, I like that. So ultimately, what led you to saying like, "Oh, I want to create my own product line," and then start formulating your own products?
Um, yeah, so formulating products was like a hobby um of mine, even like when I had the salon, even before I had the salon, I was just formulating, it was
Mhm.
something I like doing. Really, I was making like body butters and lotions, like mostly like skincare.
Mhm.
But when I really formulated my product, like when I started you know, the product line, what really urged me to do that was when I made my first hair serum.
Okay.
Due to the fact that I was actually losing my hair
Oh,
because I got diagnosed with hypothyroidism and
oh,
Hashimoto.
okay.
And my hair was coming out in clumps.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just terrifying. Mind you, I've always had, now people know me for having huge hair. And
Mm-hmm.
here I am, no edges, and the middle of my hair is like gone.
Wow.
So I was making a lot of hair products at that time to try to help myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest I would give them to people. And I would make a lot and then give some of it out. and they just wanted more and more. And here I am trying to deal with my own issue. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my hair. And you know what I mean? This is not just, I'm not just doing this, I'm actually losing my hair. And, they just wanted more and more and more. And then I'm like, okay, this is working out for me and this is working out for them. And why not launch it? For a long time, even after I launched Georganic, I didn't really take it seriously because salon was booming
Yeah.
and, I didn't really need the money or anything like that. I was just because I had so much fun just formulating
Mm-hmm.
and using my products on my hair, using it like on other people, and like people just love me for giving them products and all that stuff. And it wasn't like until 2016 and I was like, you know what? I need to launch this and like really, really give it a try.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually launched it. I actually launched a website. I'm actually on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have two businesses that I really, really have to run now. And J Organics took off, like it just took off.
Yeah.
And especially like on Amazon, like it's really took off like on Amazon before it took off on my website.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are today. Like I would say in 2000, during the pandemic was when I just couldn't run the salon no more. I had to choose one, not only because I was pregnant and I had a baby and all these things. So I had to let one thing, I had a lot in my plate. I had to let
Yeah.
one thing go. And Georganic was growing so much. I couldn't stay at the warehouse I was in. It was too small. So I had to move to a bigger warehouse and I
Yeah.
had to, so yeah, it just grew from then on. And I just couldn't go back.
Yeah. How hard was that decision? Like, what was that decision like to like
Like
shut
those
down your salon?
it was tough. That was the toughest thing I had to do. It was really tough because like even before I closed the salon, I couldn't even work. I couldn't work and because I was doing georganics.
Mm-hmm.
I was packing up. I had I can never have enough employees and it was just too much. And I was just pretty much paying for the place and just like working like one day,
Yeah.
and I had to let it go.
Yeah.
I had to let it go. Actually, when I closed down the salon, I didn't give the place back. I just pretty much break down everything and make because the Georganics was next door to the salon.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
made it one big place. I took everything out of the salon and break down all the walls and then make it one big place.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year from then, it was like there wasn't enough space anymore. I grew out of that space and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And I had to get a warehouse
Yeah.
just because I was literally like busting out of the place. Like there was nowhere to move. Like there was stuff everywhere. And it was like 2,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are now. We're in a 4,600 square feet warehouse.
Wow. So what was going on at that time that was making the brand grow so big and, for you to have to expand so quickly?
Well, really just staying consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like and especially like Amazon. And if you are growing on Amazon, it's and Amazon just want more. Actually, they actually offered, well, I don't think I'm supposed to be talking about it. Okay, let's leave that alone for now. But it wasn't just growing in the website, it was growing on the but we was just pretty much doing what we do, just advertising, staying consistent and retaining customers. That's like the biggest thing, because you can do a lot of advertisement and doing all these things that you're supposed to be doing. If you're not retaining the customers that you're getting, it's like
Right.
that's what pretty much kills your brand, because you will be spending money on advertising and not getting return customers. But it's like the accumulation of having all those customers from 2016 to getting more and more and more and more, just like everything overlap with each other. And that's pretty much how it's kind of like the domino effect, I would say.
Yeah. Do you have any tips on customer retention? Like, how were you strategic about that, or it's just mainly like the product works, it speaks for itself, and they just want to, keep on using it?
The product works, it speaks for itself. That's one thing. You got to have good products,
Right.
good customer service, and you gotta pretty much brand yourself. Like brand positioning, I would say, is very important. You have to brand yourself where people trust your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty much what it is. Because and also, I don't just give them a product and they don't see me again. You know what I mean? I pretty much give them something they have to follow, and I stay on top of my customers. I'm always sending out email on tips, and you have to continuously talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
so you can pretty much retain.
Yeah, okay. I love that. That's great advice. Is there something that a lot of people leave out of their natural hair care routine that's like really crucial or essential that like you just see a lot of people skipping over?
People underestimate deep conditioning.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and they feel like, they don't have to do that. They can just wash their hair and then like do the wash it and condition it and then call it a day. Deep conditioning is very important, because that's what keeps your elasticity. Like elasticity is very crucial when it comes to natural hair, especially like 4C hair.
Mm-hmm.
4C hair can be extremely brittle. My hair, people will be like, "Oh, wow, your hair would be big anyways." No, that's not true. Actually, I have very, very, very brittle hair.
Mm-hmm.
Even when my hair, back then, people were scared of my hair really more because it was so dense, very hard for them to comb it and all that stuff. But it was very brittle.
Mm-hmm.
It was very brittle. It wasn't as long as it is now.
Gotcha.
And to get to that length, you pretty much have to like really, really take care of it, because 4C hair can, be a little bit more on the brittle side.
Yeah.
And conditioning actually help with that. Deep conditioning and lubrication.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. So I know you definitely expanded your product line since you first launched. You have like a lot of products now. So like what was that process like for determining like what other products you were going to add onto J Organics?
I pretty much, because I own the salon, so I know like what solution the people are looking for, my customers are looking for. So it's based on the solutions that I'm finding for my customers,
Mm-hmm.
and based on what they like, and they pretty much determined what to launch.
Right.
Yeah, like some products. Actually, I have so much product I haven't launched yet. I have products right now. People are calling me, when are you gonna launch that? Like, we really, really, really need that. Like, why are you not launching it? It
Uh-huh.
just takes so much. It takes more than just put it in a bottle and launch it. You know what I mean? But I have a lot of great, great products that customers really, really love, that needs to be launched. And that's how I pretty much launch my products. And if I come out with that and it, you know, help with this particular things I put it out for,
Mm-hmm.
and they like it, I launch it. They don't like it, I don't launch it. So yeah, so it was pretty much the customers that made the decision.
Okay. So when you come out with new products, do you have to go through the process of like trademarking them and everything?
Um, well, I don't trademark each product.
Okay.
That's just too much. Maybe one day I will, but I do trademark some. Yeah. If I
Okay.
have a product where I'm like, that's my baby right there, that needs to be trademarked. Yeah. but
Yeah.
I don't trademark every product. No.
Okay. And I also feel like compared to, I guess, 2016 and now, I feel like there are a lot of natural hair care brands now compared to like back in the day. So how have you been able to like set yourself apart and just like stay on top of like the competition in a sense?
Yeah, it's good you said that, because I'm like, gee, if I wish I had pushed J Organic more back then. Then
Uh-huh.
I, back then I was so into the salon and so into the ambiance of the salon, and like, you know, I kind of pushed J Organic to the side. But if I had pushed it like I pushed it now, then I think J Organic would be like one of the it would have been huge,
Mm-hmm.
bigger than it is now. But yeah, now it is a lot more work, and a lot more expensive. Like, but I didn't really want to be like the face of J Organic Solutions,
Yeah.
and I just wanted the product to speak for itself. And I wanted to, because when I first started, it was just for adults. I pretty much started with three products. It was the oil, the hair oil, the hair vitamin, and moisturelicious. It was a cream,
Mm-hmm.
a moisturizer, and those three products. And my website only dedicated like to adults, but
Mm-hmm.
the name is like J Organic Solutions. Uh I wanted it to be ingredients conscious type of brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want it to just be like a hair care it's just like I just haven't got there yet. I haven't got to it yet, but I want it to be more of a brand that you can trust with the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much because it's J Organic, people gravitate to that. And we do keep up with our ingredients, because ingredients do matter. So people, it's a trusted brand,
Mm-hmm.
which pretty much kind of help people to keep up with it, I would say, stand out from the competition.
Mm-hmm. Do you look back at it and wish you would have been like the face of the brand? You think that would have made a difference?
Mm. Not the face of the brand, but there's definitely a lot of things I could have done that would make a difference. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to a hair show before.
Okay.
Like those little things could have made a difference. And I think, yeah, I do think like putting myself out there a little bit more would have make a difference, but I'm not convinced yet, because I'm just now doing this.
Yeah.
And you my first pretty much face-to-face interview. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know where that's gonna go yet, but I could have definitely pushed a little bit more.
I mean, I love seeing the success that you've had with it not being like you being the face of the brand. Cause I always joke and I tell my friends, like, I think I want to create a faceless brand one day, and just kind of like as an experiment, just to see, because there is so much talk about like, the personal touch. Like people want to know the owner and, feel relatable to that person. But then you also see brands that don't have that. They don't have like a face, a person that's representing, and it's still successful. So I want to try it.
For a long time, I mean, for a long time with your organic solutions, it was faceless, I mean, you can see me on the pages, but you don't know if I own the brand,
Right.
and it was successful. It was successful. But now though, it just shifted. Like, people do want to have that connection with the brand owners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
And I don't know, because
sure.
I spend a lot of time in the lab, just like formulating, trying to, and that not being the face of the brand gave me that luxury, where I can take that time and really, really focus on the product and focus on the things that I need to be doing behind the scene, and not be out there. I was still pretty close to my customers because I through email and through the pages, and we have a Facebook group where I kind of like talk to them, but to be like everywhere, I think it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we have to play Never Have I Ever. Okay. I don't know if you, well, to just traditionally it's a drinking game, but on the podcast, I'm going to give you this Never Have I Ever statement. And if this has happened to you before, share the story behind it. But if it hasn't happened to you, like give your advice on how to handle the situation or, on both sides. You'll see what I'm talking about. So never have I ever had a stranger just walk up to me and touch my hair without my permission. Has that ever happened to you before? Hey, I know you're enjoying the episode, but I have something to tell you real quick. Did you know that I created a Patreon? Look, podcasting is fun. I absolutely love it, but it is not cheap. And there have been so many people who have reached out to me that want to support the show somehow and keep the good vibes flowing. So I thought, why not create a Patreon? For as little as $3 a month, you can support the Friends of Beauty podcast and join a community of other loyal supporters of the show, just like you, okay? There are other tier levels available that unlock tons of exclusive Patreon-only content like behind-the-scenes clips, bonus interview content, monthly calls with me, discounts, and so much more. But no matter what tier level you decide to choose, I appreciate you so much, and I'm going to give you a shout out on the podcast when you join. So, if you'd like to be a part of the exclusive Patreon community for the Friends of Beauty podcast, I'll leave the link right here and down below in the show notes for you to join. And as always, I appreciate your support so, so much. Now, let's go ahead and jump back into the episode.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And believe it or not, Black women.
Oh my gosh, no Black women, it's them.
Yeah, Black women. And in my culture, it is offensive for people to touch your hair because we attach it to voodoo, or you're trying to do voodoo on me.
Right.
You gotta take a piece of my hair, like it's something negative because of that. And I'm not really into that, but I always see it like as an endearment type of, when people see me and they love my hair, I see it as a compliment, really.
Okay.
It's when they like messing it up. Like
they probably try to get up there in the roots, like
in the roots, yes. And that's when it's like, okay, now, like personal space.
Right.
But if they're like, oh my gosh, like, okay, it's a compliment, they like how it looks. And especially like if you touch my hair, it doesn't feel like the typical,
right?
But in Michael J called it like it feels like a Brillo pad. Now it's much softer than then, but it feels very fibrous, like, and they're always so amazed with that. And I don't have a problem with it, but don't be too much in my space. That's where we have a problem. Right. Don't go in my roots and try to be, don't do all that.
Yeah, I had somebody walk up to me. It was a guy too. I was in the club, girl, and this guy not even walked up. I just felt somebody do like this. And my hair is all the way down to my butt. So he did like this. Like kind of like swoosh. He did like a swoosh. I was like, oh. I turned around so quick. I was like, you do not know me. Don't be touching my hair.
That's offensive.
That was crazy. Like he took like a whole, and it was like,
no.
Crazy. So you did mention the kids line that you have. What's the difference between the kids line and the regular line that you have?
Okay, so I love kids, by the way. So that's one of the reasons why I came out with the kids line. I wanted to create something, I would say a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? not softer, like
Gentle.
yeah, more gentle for kids, like a gentler version of the products that I have for adults for kids. And also I wanted an outlet where I can teach parents like how, like really teach them how to take care of the kids' hair and how to bond with them while they're doing the kids' hair, and having a separate brand, not really a separate brand, a sub brand that dedicated for kids. And where parents can gravitate to that. I can kind of cater to them more because it's a separate brand and it's specifically for them. And that's how that came along.
Yeah, I like that because a lot of parents don't know how to do their kids' hair, especially the natural hair. Because I was telling someone else before that a lot of them have not even seen their own natural hair before. So dealing with their children's natural hair is a whole different ball game for them. Yes, yes. So tell me about your facility that you have there, because I just love all the boxes stacked up, all the things. Like, what's going on over there?
Yeah, so we moved here. We moved here this year, actually, and we moved here. We're still fixing it up. Like we have boxes everywhere. We have things everywhere. That's because we're stacking up so we have to like make space for Black Friday. So we're stacking up everything right now, and we have to build compartments and all kind of things. It's really big. This is only half of it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be more than just our warehouse. So this is pretty much the headquarters. So we have offices and we have a bunch of other stuff going on over there. So this is like we have the processing area, we have the storage pretty much area. We have a bunch of different areas. So yeah, we moved here like I would say 5 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are still working. While we're getting all these things ready, we are still doing like electrical. We're actually still building. So part that you can't see, we have a whole construction site on the other side.
That is so cool. So are you making products there too, or that's where the products are housed before they get shipped out?
I will be.
Okay. That is just like such a boss move. I just love that for you.
Oh, thank you.
So what kind of mindset, shift your camera down.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So what kind of mindset do you have to run a successful business like that? Like, how do you keep yourself like together?
It does take a mindset. It does. What keeps me going really, my kids. You don't want your kids seeing that you quitting. You want to start something and finish something, and you want to, you want your kids to be proud of you, and you want to have like a trace, like a path for them to follow. So that keeps me going. But don't get it twisted. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy being an entrepreneur. There are times where, I find myself crying at night. Like it's a tough business to be in. And me personally, I do suffer from a little bit of depression, which kind of can interfere. Like I have to remind myself all the time why you started.
Right.
What is the purpose? You know what I mean? What's the goal you want? So you have to constantly like talk positivity into yourself, and just know why. Just don't let yourself forget the whys. You know what I mean? And that's what keeps me going. Like last year, Actually I was depressed for a long time, but because I'm the type, I would work myself to that before I let myself start thinking about, like, I'm not the depressed type that, just lay down and,
Yeah,
you know,
not doing anything.
not doing anything and like cry. I'm the type that would work my behind off to try to get my mind off of certain things. And I've had a lot of trauma. Like I've, being raised in Haiti, I wasn't always like, I didn't have the traditional childhood. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I was pretty much in one place a year, every year. I was in a different place, living with different people, and these people, they have different values. I might live with somebody this year, and they are Christian. You're not allowed to curse. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that.
Right.
And they have like a strict environment, and then the next family I'm with is like the clubbing type, and you can do whatever and this
Right.
and that, and then the next one would be like voodooist or something, or
Right.
what I mean, like, and I have not had like structure in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and which caused, and I kept everything inside, and I never really talk about anything.
Right.
So as I grow, as I get older and older, when you suppress a lot of things inside, it comes out somewhere else. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You won't know it, but it's coming out somewhere else. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until like last year, I had to really like sit down and think, what's making me so sad? Why am I so depressed? And I had to reflect back on in my life and see like where all these feelings are coming from. And then, I had to do like therapy, and I had to be like nicer to myself. And yeah, I think it's just a journey. You know what I mean? It's just a journey, and you really, really have to have like uh I would say I wouldn't say tough skin, but you really, really have to remind yourself why you started, and then take some time to reflect, like just to meditate, to understand yourself a little bit more and
Mm-hmm.
see why this is happening to you, and why you want to keep going. And so you can continue the journey,
Yeah.
because until we are dead, we have to keep going. We have
That's
to
so
keep
true.
going. So you want to be able to keep going by doing all these things.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that, because there are a lot of people who are, depressed and still trying to operate their businesses at the same time. But then I also do think it is important to identify the things that are going on in your personal life, because they do affect how you show up in business. So I don't think a lot of people make those correlations.
Mm-hmm.
They probably should a lot more, and they'll probably see some differences once they deal with the things that are going on internally in their personal lives to, show up better for their businesses and, the people around them too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is such a random question because I totally forgot to ask you, but do your products work well with locks too?
Yes. Actually, my brother is locked. I use the buttercream on his hair because it doesn't cake. Like when you do your palm roll, it stretch the hair where it's like smooth,
Okay.
and also it holds it, but it doesn't cake. You won't have to, like, you don't have that residue that the edge control or the beeswax leaves behind, and it's really shiny for a long time.
Yeah, because I'm always concerned about certain like conditioners and certain products leaving like build up in my hair, then
Mm-hmm.
can't get it out. It's once it's in there, after a while, it's in there.
Yeah, and they have to do that. What's that thing they do now with
Like the apple cider vinegar rinse,
the apple cider vinegar rinse with the powder with
the
the
baking soda.
soda? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just overkill.
I've never
Yeah.
tried it before, but I want to try it.
Yeah, don't try it too much, because the thing is, the baking soda. is really, it's very, very alkaline.
Okay.
So it's very high in pH. So if you put that on your hair like all the time, like put it on your edges like all the time, like and wash it off, it
Mhm.
will become straight. So that will disintegrate your hair over time.
Oh,
So I don't, yeah. So I don't recommend it. I don't recommend doing it all the time. It's
got
not something I recommend doing all the time. But I guess like the apple cider kind of neutralize it, but I wouldn't mess with it too much.
hmm Okay. That just made sense in my head of how why that actually works and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. So who do you have on your team right now?
Um, right now I have my husband, my child that work part-time. I have well it was six of us really working here, and I have like other employees, which sometimes I do like where they take some time off for a while, and well, not sometimes, but right now until the peak time when
Yeah,
I'm like really, 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 really gonna need them.
right. The holidays are approaching.
Holidays are approaching, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next level look like for you? Like what do you want the next level to be for J Organics?
Um, well, I would like to add so many products that outside of hair care, you know, and body care. So I want it to be a lifestyle brand. So,
Okay.
you know, so I want body care, skin care, home care, you know. So we have a lot in store for us.
Okay, I'm excited. What are you working on your legacy to be when it's all, said and done?
Hmm. I don't think I haven't really thought about that yet. Um, but I know right now it's very, very crazy in Haiti, and I want to be able to help my people. Like I've in 2014, I did go back and started you know, bread is very Haitians love bread. So bread is very it's a very um
Like a staple.
oh yeah, like we eat bread for breakfast, we eat it for like before we go to bed for supper. So I wanted to do something where I can help create jobs and also, you know, where people can gravitate to. So I started like a bread factory there, and on top of it, on top of the building, it was a two-story building. We didn't get to finish. We started like the top. We only finished like 70% of it, and we had
Mhm.
to leave because it's not safe. So the top was going to be for kids. My husband, he's a IT professional, so he wanted to teach kids how to, because a lot of kids in Haiti, the tech industry is not really moving in Haiti. A lot of people don't really know, like they know how to use their phone, but they don't have access to like computers and all these things.
Mhm.
To find somebody that can build a website, it's not something that's common. So a lot of kids were not really good in that area. So we wanted to go there and started something where we can teach kids, you know, how to do these things and then get jobs outside of Haiti.
Mhm.
But we didn't get to finish that. So, and I want that really to be like my legacy. I really want my people to remember me for the little things I did. You know, not it's not too big, but you know, I did something, you
Mhm.
know. So I want to have different, bring that to different part of Haiti and keep that going, help them move forward in the tech world, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. That would be good. That would be so monumental for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else coming up next for J Organics, like in the coming months or years, or we just getting ready for the holidays?
Yeah. So we're about to have our 50% off sale. Um, we have every year for Black Friday. So look out for that. And they usually wipe me out with that. Everybody's looking forward to that every year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about to be awesome. And yes, and we have another line coming up called the Shebekado line. So we are launching that hopefully by January.
Okay.
Mhm.
All righty. What's that line for?
Um, so it's pretty much like, you know how people are very much into shebe. Like shebe is one of the ingredients. I really love shebe because it really keeps your hair from like breaking.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted something like less heavy. You know, a lot of my it's for the people that doesn't like coconut. Like a lot of my stuff have like coconut in it, and then like castor, and castor is like a little bit more on the heavier side. And
Mm-hmm.
coconut, if you like sensitive to like protein, you can't do coconut.
Got you.
So I wanted this line to cater to those people who are very protein sensitive and who are sensitive to coconut and castor, like nut free, and I wanted it to be more vegan. Yeah, so that's pretty much. And I have one thing in that line that people absolutely love because we've been using it. It's gonna be new to them, but old
Right.
to us. And it's a detangling mask. It's a pre-poo detangling mask, and that stuff is magic.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So look out for it, y'all. Look out for the new line. So before you go, I have to ask you the Friends and Beauty rapid fire questions. I ask all of my guests this at the end of the show just to get like their keys to longevity and success and beauty. And then we'll be done. So the first one, just give us your top 3 keys to your success so far.
Consistency.
Mhm.
The ones who fails is the one who quit. So, you know, gotta keep going and have a plan. Have like a short-term plan and have like a long-term plan. And that's 2.
Uh-huh.
So one more. I would say stay grounded.
Okay. And how do you measure your success?
Um, I measure my success like if I'm healthy and I am good mentally, if I'm like in a good space mentally, if I'm healthy, if my family is together, and I'm good.
Mhm.
You know, that's successful to me. You can have all the money in the world and you're sick,
Right.
good up there, you're cranky, you mean to people, your family's falling apart, you
Right.
know, it's not success if you're not happy.
Mhm.
So happiness, family, and sanity.
All righty. What's the best advice you've ever received or a piece of advice that's just always stuck with you?
um, so many of them. Just don't worry about the next day, really. Um, Like I used to be, like my stress management was just not always my thing. Like I used to stress myself about things that I cannot help so much. I
Yeah.
think that's why like I got so sick at one point in time where I was like losing my hair. It's
Mm-hmm.
just stressing about things that like I can't I can't really help. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's just don't worry about, whatever's gonna happen will happen. You know what I mean? Just there's not really a lot of things that we can help. You know
Right.
what I mean? At the end of the day, God is watching over us and we have to let him, you know what I mean? Just be kind to yourself and, my spiritual mother who died last year, just that's the one thing. And never really don't worry about what people think about you. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Just do you, because that caused a lot of stress too.
Right. Right.
I mean, don't worry about what people think about you, and don't worry about what's to happen. Just help what you can, and then move on from there.
Okay. And what piece of advice would you give to like an up and coming hair brand owner who is just ready to give up? They are not seeing the results that they want to see with their business, and they're just like, this probably is not for me. What advice would you give them?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
All right. Yeah, I
Mhm.
hear it. And what's a resource that helps you in your business that you can share with the friends and beauty community?
Um, there is a page called, let me see, the Facebook pages, like not pages, but like groups, like whatever your niche is,
Mm-hmm.
follow those groups, follow those pages, look for pages that's in your niche, like that will keep you grounded, that will give you information, like whatever the niche is in your whatever business you're doing. Just make sure your timeline looks, looks like that.
Right.
So that's pretty much it.
Okay. And the last one, I just want you to fill in the blank and just say, my name is blank. And the key to longevity and success is whatever you think it is.
My name is Joanne. The key to longevity is be happy. Stay happy, stay sane, and you can keep going. Don't get
Okay.
burnt out.
Yes, indeed. Y'all
Yeah.
here, stay happy, stay sane. So you keep going. That is a word. Before you go, share
Yeah,
your
people
social.
overlook. I say it because people overlook that. They think it's something so magical, so inspirational. But listen, you won't be able to take it in. Like if you can't, you have to be able to grasp these things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're miserable and you're not taking care of it, you can't really grasp it.
That is so true. That is so true.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing that. Before you go, share your social media information and how people can connect with you and J Organics Solutions.
Um, J_Organic Solutions on Instagram, and J Organic Solutions with 2S on Facebook, J_Organic Kids on Instagram, and Johanne Joseph _
All
on
right.
Instagram.
All right. See, she laid it all out. So get your products. Make sure y'all stay tuned for this Black Friday sale. Get your 50% off. And thank you so much, Joanne, for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this episode with at least one friend in beauty, and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts so that other friends in beauty can find this show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.